what's up? I know my wings aren't even, but deal with it, because I'm tired. So, for those of you that didn't watch my last video, I was talking about how Tom and I had to fly to Florida to drive a different car back up, and we did all of that, and I am so exhausted. Like, we left at 6:30 in the morning, I was up at 5 o'clock. We didn't get home last night until almost 7, so it was kind of a long journey, and I'm dead. So that's why I figured a Q&A video would be great for today. Normally the ride is not that long, but we were coming from around the Tampa area, and also we did do like 2 stops, one of them being like 2.5 hours long because of course we had to visit like our favorite spot in Florida ever on the way home, so that held us up. Worth it, but I don't know, maybe most people don't get this tired from like road tripping, but I do because I hate driving personally, and I was honestly freaking out the whole time because I had never driven this car before, so that was just a really fun deal. I told you guys I was going to give you a Q&A video, and here I am, dedicated, when I could be sleeping. So without any further ado, I am going to answer all the questions you guys have been sending in because I have asked you to. Before we jump right into that, this video is not sponsored by water. I just am really thirsty and need some. For time and editing purposes, I have actually written down everyone's first name and the question or questions that you guys have asked me. So I didn't want to do the whole username thing because some of you guys' usernames are your full names, and I don't know if you'd want me to release that information. Here we go. I've got a question from Madison, and she wanted to know, how are you able to wear makeup all day without it making your skin really oily and shiny? I don't. My face does get very oily and shiny throughout the day, especially if I'm working or, if I'm doing something that makes me sweat a lot. Of course it's going to be disgusting. But I did find out that, the products you're using on your face have different bases to them, and if you're mixing too many different ones, it makes your face even oilier. So I have kind of stuck to this thing where I use the same brands as like a base and a setting spray, so that way it doesn't collide on my face later. Recently I made the switch to the MAC I don't even know. It's in my last video. I got that as my base. I'm using a MAC foundation and concealer, and then I use the spray again, so that way it just stays on. Usually when I'm using all these different products, it gets really shiny. So double check the base of your products. It's super important. Miss Jill asked, how do you process big decisions? What are your 2-year goals? 5-year? I read that so... That's kind of a loaded question. Thanks, Jill. Honestly, with big decisions, I'm a person where I'm super indecisive. I will battle internally for months if I had the time. Usually I bring it home to Tom and we discuss what would be the most beneficial / easiest / cheapest, whatever the situation is that would work best for us. I would like to be at a higher volume store than I am right now. For those of you that don't know, I'm a co-manager at Express clothing stores, and at my store it's a smaller location, so that means brand and all the paperwork, all the maintenance, everything that comes with that. But I would like to go more into capabilities and see how that role works, because eventually I would like to move up the ladder. I would like to be a store manager one day. I would like to maybe be a district manager. Corporate would be kind of cool depending on if I'm doing something brand or marketing. That tying in with a 5-year plan, maybe I can be a store manager by 5 years, or maybe I can be training to be a district manager. Who knows? I don't actually have a set plan. I just take things with a pinch of salt, and as long as I have a roof over my head, a happy husband, my pets, food, I'm good. Elise asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So I just talked about my plan for 5 years, but do I actually see myself there? I don't know. In 5 years, me and Tom plan on probably starting a family. Now, depending if we're financially stable for that, that's also in the plan. But do I see myself there? I don't know. I really I have no idea. I feel like maybe we'll still be in South Carolina with an actual house. Maybe we'll have a kid running around. Maybe we'll have another one on the way. I don't know. Maybe we won't be in South Carolina. Maybe we'll be back in Florida. Girl, I am the worst at thinking about our future because the whole marriage and moving to South Carolina was the future. And now it's almost like we have to readjust all of our life goals. Give me a thumbs up if you've been there. Dakota asked, how much longer until there's a tiny Tucker? What are with all of these future questions? You guys are loading it on. God, we've had this conversation. Tom's 26, I'm 22. We just moved to another state. Everything's up in the air. I think Tom's goal is before he's 30 to have our first child. I would love to. Also, I'm 4 years younger, so my mindset isn't exactly the same. We do want 2 children, possibly a third. Not anytime soon, though. You guys are killing me. All right, I need a fun question. Ashley asks, if someone gave you a plane ticket to visit a place you've never been before, where would it be? Easy question. Italy. Italy for sure. I want to see the whole thing. I want to see Sicily. I want to see Rome. I want to see all of the pasta, all of the pizza. My entire dad's side of the family is Italian, and I love my roots. Italian food's my favorite food. This is my root color, even though it doesn't even match my actual hair color. I am wanting to go where my roots are from. Shout out to my long distance BFF, Alessia. She asked, what's your fave foundation, Illy? Illy too. I have tested a lot of foundation in my day, especially for articles I've written for my old school newspaper. Should I be proud of that? I'm not sure. I have to say, I think my favorite one is the MAC Studio Fix. As long as you match your right shade. I used to go kind of too orange, and I used to oxidize because I didn't shake the bottle, but if you use it properly and if you use it with all MAC products, it does lay really nice on my face, so that's my favorite. It just looks really good. Got a question here from a Blake that says, can I be in your next vid? This is you being in the vid. Taylor wants to know how my life has been impacted since moving states. I have not talked about this. I guess to make a super long story short, thumbs up if you want a video about it. Speaking for myself, I like having my independence from my family. I love them. I think they have blessed us so much with some help and everything. But it's nice to be on our own, have our own space. It's very nice to not be walking down the street or walking in somewhere public and you don't think you're going to see anyone you know, and you do, and it's super awkward. I don't like awkward situations, so for me, I always got a lot of anxiety from going out in public back in Florida. That sounds really sad, and it sounds really stupid. I'm not scared or afraid of seeing people I used to know, but I used to be a very different person, and I don't like to dwell on the past. I like moving forward. I like having new adventures. I like, doing this. This has made me my best self, I think. This has made me happier than any amount of money or, object or anything could have ever made me, because I know that in our new hometown, it's the perfect weather that we like. There's mountains that we can climb instead of getting sand in my feet, which I hate. I do like the beach, but it's just not the same as being in a mountain. We have our own place. We don't know anybody. So yeah, definitely a positive impact. Shelby's asking, how are you and Tom adjusting to life by yourself in a new area? I've only had a positive experience so far. Well, I'm happy for you. That's amazing. We are honestly having a very positive experience as well. As I kind of covered in answering the last question, it's just really nice to be able to have me and Tom on a one-on-one level instead of any outside people being involved in our relationship. Not to say that we had any hardships, but it's very hard as a couple to be living with, a parent or a friend, because you can't really see how you really are as a married, especially being a married couple. That's a little different because you can't talk about your bills. You can't talk about, serious things that husband and wife talk about when there's other people there. So having our own space has made us a lot happier. It's been a very positive experience for us. Misty, my sister-in-law, hey girl, thanks for asking me some questions. She asked, what is your fondest childhood memory? The first thing that I could think of right now that made my heart so full is for, I believe it was my 6th birthday. My entire family took me to SeaWorld, which is like, if you knew 6-year-old Lindsay, I was obsessed with wanting to become a marine biologist. I thought every sea creature was super cool. Sharks are my favorite animal to this day. I love everything about the ocean, except for going in it. Super weird. I high-key almost burped while I was talking. Sorry. So we went to SeaWorld, and my favorite thing to do was catch the dolphin show. I was 6, you know, it's obviously inhumane now, and I'm not a SeaWorld supporter. However, being 6 years old at SeaWorld is the coolest thing. Don't even try to lie to me right now. So imagine, cool 6-year-old Lindsay, super not nerdy at all. I was with both of my parents, like everyone. They told the workers that it was my birthday, and it was my dream to be in this dolphin show, and they picked another kid, but because it was my birthday, they told the other kid to sit down, and I got to be in the dolphin show at SeaWorld. Dude, you're a brat. I got to shake hands with the dolphin, feed the dolphin, you know, be in front of everyone with the instructor. I got to kind of dance with it. I got so many pictures. It was the coolest experience of my entire life, and my parents made that happen. So thank you, parents. Thank you. Homegirl had 2 questions. She also wants to know who gave you the inspiration to do a YouTube channel. I know this sounds really lame, and I don't even know if you guys have heard of these people, because a lot of younger people watch them, but I find inspiration from them. You know, I started watching Shane Dawson's series a lot. I got very interested in that. And, you know, James Charles, Jeffree Star, Emma Chamberlain, the Dolan twins. It sounds really lame because some of these people are younger than I am, but they're going after their dreams, and they always talk about, you know, if you're good at something, I'm not saying I'm good at this, but if you really want to do it, if you're doing it for the passion of it, then why not? So here I am. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up with a few questions from Kayla. Are you still in school, and if so, what's your major dream job? I am not still in school. I am 1 class away from getting my associate's degree. I failed statistics twice. And apparently I need all these math credits to get a journalism degree, go figure. But I do plan on going back because I would really like to, I talked about it in my first video, I would love to be a writer for Cosmopolitan magazine. I also think it'd be kind of cool to go into marketing. What's your go-to Starbucks order? I've got like 2, 3, 4 of those. It literally depends on when I'm going to Starbucks. If it's in the morning, I will always get a grande hot white chocolate mocha. I like flavored coffee, and it has to be sweet or else I hate it. If it's like at night when me and Tom are running to Target to get something, because, you know, we go like 4 times a week and we have to get Starbucks, it's fine. We always get either a hot chocolate or a grande iced caramel macchiato decaf with almond milk. What's the best memory you and Tom have together? There are so many, I don't even know what to say in this video that would be like the all-time best. It was just meeting him for the first time. Nothing compares to seeing him in the airport. Knowing like this is the person I love and this is the person that I've had a connection with for years and years and years. And it's just, I don't have words. Kayla also wants to know if I miss the Vinsix as much as they miss us. Yes, of course I do. I love you guys. You are family. All right, that is it for all the questions I received. I honestly did not expect to get as many questions as I did, so I really appreciate you guys participating, and that means you believe in me, so thank you. Go ahead and give a thumbs up if you like the video and you want to see some more. Comment whatever you want below, and subscribe.